I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's fairly obvious looking at the channel. What's not obvious is the future of FNAF. Lately I've been thinking about it and I'm kind of worried. This video is a message to Scott Cawthon and Steel Wool Studios. This series that I've loved for almost 12 years now feels like it's at one of the lowest points we've ever seen it at, and I don't know how much longer they can ignore it. This is different from my other videos, but as a FNAF creator, it feels important to talk about the state of the very series that my channel is based on. Sorry if it's not your kind of thing, I guess you can skip this video, but I really don't think you should, because I think we need to be critical about the series, the media that we consume from this series, because I love this series, but I want what's best for it. And right now it's just not in a great spot. Let's start with the awful release of Secret of the Mimic VR. Dare I say this was on par with how bad the release of Security Breach was? First, Secret of the Mimic releases. That's great. It was teased at PAX as VR, but only shipped with flat mode. That's fine, but then we get nothing for 8 months. They drop a short saying that VR mode will be coming in spring of 2026. That's vague, but hey, we'll take it. It's FNAF news, finally. This could still mean as late as June, meaning it would take a whole year for a VR port of a game that was designed with VR in mind. But at least we'd get it, I suppose. The days pass and then we get another teaser, confirming the April 28th release date, along with seemingly teases for it being out on both PSVR and PC VR. The day comes and the game drops. Well, it kind of drops. It's only out on PSVR, so all 6 FNAF fans that own one can play it. Great. Not only was this never mentioned to be an exclusive in teasers, but it was also just not ready to release anyways. Steel Wool waits basically a whole day to clarify. They say that PC VR will come out very soon. A couple of days go by and what do you know? They post something new. Is it them actually releasing the PC version? No, they claim the game isn't ready and they want to release it in 2 weeks. I mean, at least they're communicating, I guess. Then 2 weeks go by with nothing. Then on the very last day of the 2 weeks, as late as it possibly could have been, they post again, delaying it another week. They assure the community that plenty of testing is being done and that the wait will be worth it. Finally, May 20th comes around and the game releases, and it's okay. I play through it and run into one small bug and it's fine. It's not the best experience ever, but it's fine, and it was pretty bug free for me on my first playthrough. I do have a fairly powerful PC though, and sure enough, other people are running into many issues. Some not even being able to open the game without it crashing. I personally can't talk too much on those issues since I didn't experience them, but come on. They delayed the launch, which was already really late, and claimed to be doing loads of testing. Then the game was released twice, both times in just an awful state. They handled this so poorly and lied to our faces, and it makes me not have a whole lot of trust in Steel Wool, which I did before because they were making decent games. Help on It 2 was a great game, Ruin was a great DLC, and Ruin was free. Secret of the Mimic VR was also free, but it doesn't hold up to Ruin. Ruin was so good. And then they released this, and it kind of I don't know, it throws it away. Also, Scott Cawthon, what are we doing here? It's his series, and something like this happens and we don't address it publicly in any way whatsoever. It's crazy to me. Another big problem is that most people didn't even know it was coming out. Barely anyone knew that Secret of the Mimic was coming out to begin with. And then with the VR port, I don't think anybody really knew about it unless you're a really hardcore FNAF fan. Which leads me to my next point, marketing. This series has almost no marketing anymore. Sometimes we'll get a trailer or two and that's it. Security Breach had a good amount of it, but everything after that has nothing. We don't get picture teasers anymore, barely any trailers, and just no marketing for anything going on in the series. They did have good marketing with stuff like, Halloween Horror Nights, Springtrap's addition to DVD, and even like the Fanta collab. The thing with all of those is that the ads were made by companies that were not directly FNAF related, just using the brand in their products. Why in the world are the mainline games getting no marketing, but everybody knows that you can get Freddy on a can of Fanta? The movie even had decent marketing too, but of course it did. The first one was Blumhouse's biggest film ever, so obviously they want to market the second one as much as physically possible. Secret of the Mimic, Ruin, and Help Wanted 2 got essentially nothing for marketing. I guess Secret of the Mimic got like the Murray tapes, but again, if you're not already deep into the fandom, then you don't care about that. This leads me to my next point, the lack of any kind of hype for the series. No marketing is bad enough, but we're just getting literally nothing currently. It's been a year since the last mainline game, and we know not a single thing about the next one. Now, it's okay to take time when making a game. I would encourage them to. I mean, I want the games to be good, but not mentioning anything about it for a year has me concerned that they weren't even working on one to begin with. We've gotten quite a few teasers for like Fanverse games, which is cool and everything, but where's the official game stuff? We did get like one vague teaser in the past year about a 2, not a 3. And it's in a vague YouTube chat, and we don't even know if it's mainline or something like FNAF World 2. I mean, I hope it is FNAF World 2, but we also do need something on a mainline game, obviously. Scott never exactly waited a long time between his games, but at least they were all good and mostly bug-free. I don't know, it just feels like less care is being put into the series currently. Could it be because Scott is already set for life with the amount of money he's made? I mean, I'd hope not. I don't think he'd give up or not care anymore about the series that, transformed his life, but who knows? I mean, you'd think that after the disastrous launch of Security Breach that they'd be far more careful with the series, but it doesn't feel like it. I've only been talking about negative things this whole time, but I want to make something very clear. I'm only talking about it because it's true. I wouldn't just make a video like this for the views or, rage baiting or whatever. Heck, I don't even think this video is going to do good considering it's not normally what you guys watch, what my audience watches. It's too important not to talk about though. In a world where countless companies are getting worse, being consumed by AI, or just not caring about their products anymore, I don't want FNAF to fall to the same fate. People feel like nothing can stop it and that it would be inevitable, but that's just not true. We need to speak out against, and I'm not saying that FNAF is like using AI in their games or whatever, but I am saying that like that's where we're heading if we continue getting a bunch of slop. So what's the solution here? Well, it's simple really. They can fix this with some proper care for the series. First, let's get some damn marketing. They can even open up a site like Scott used to have and post a cryptic teaser for the community to solve from time to time. That's not just nostalgia talking either. That stuff worked wonders for Scott back then. Another important thing, don't release things until they're done. We don't need any more repeats of Security Breach or Secret of the Mimic VR. After 2 of them, we should be done with that forever. FNAF is an infinite money generator. They can put as much time into these games as needed to make them correctly. Another thing relating to that is communication. Let the community know what's going on. If you do tease something, then some kind of delay happens, let us know as soon as possible and why it's happening. There's no need to lie. I'm sure the community will be pretty understanding as long as the truth is told to us. This video is a message to Scott Cawthon and Steel Wool Studios. Five Nights at Freddy's is an amazing franchise with millions of dedicated fans. Most of them are people who have been here since the beginning and only want what's best for the series. I hope that they can not only see this, but all the other people talking about the things in this video as well and improve. I don't hate Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'll still be here making videos for a long time no matter what happens, but I fear the worst if things don't change. I don't hate Steel Wool. I think some of the games we've gotten from them are the best games in the series, but they can improve on a lot of things, and I hope they do. FNAF is not forever, no series is, but I'd like to see it go on for a while longer than it already has. I want this series to have a good legacy, not a bad one where it all crashes and burns for stuff that was completely avoidable. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched to the very end here, because I already know that this probably is not going to do well in the algorithm at all. But again, I had to talk about it. It's important. I know it was different, but had to. I'll be back with the normal video next week, quite a big one too. Thank you for sticking around again, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, superstars.